everybody. Today I am going to be doing a review for you guys of the Turner Design Gouache. Before I get into the review, if my voice sounds a little bit off in this video, it's because I'm recovering from a really bad cold, so I apologize if I sound a little bit froggy or have to clear my throat or anything. I have not seen a lot of reviews on YouTube on this product. I have had these for probably over a year. I painted with them. I did a commission with them, which I'll put a picture of that towards the end of this video so you can see an example of a project using these gouache paints. I decided to pop that picture in here so you can see it now as we talk about the paints. Now, Turner paints are made in Japan. They have both this design gouache and then they have an acrylic gouache. I don't really care for acrylic gouache, so I opted for the design gouache. I don't think that these particular paints or this particular brand of gouache is going to be for everyone. I really like them, but I will get into that in just a little bit. I would like to note that I will link this product through Amazon down in the description box. They have this set of 18, and then they also have a smaller set as well. I am an Amazon affiliate, so if you purchase through my link, I do make a very small commission, small enough that it would in no way bias my opinion of these paints, but that is a way that I can opt to make a little bit of money off of making my videos for YouTube. But like I said, I'm going to explain the pros and cons of these so that you can make the best decision for yourselves as to whether this is a paint that you would like to buy. Each tube in this set of 18 is 25 milliliters, so they are a really nice size. The price for the set of 18 is right around $70, so they're not exactly cheap, but you do get quite a bit of product. You get a yellow ochre, permanent scarlet, permanent orange, permanent red, brilliant violet, permanent yellow deep, rose violet, permanent lemon, jet black, cobalt blue, turquoise blue, permanent green light, permanent green medium, sky blue, viridian, Prussian blue, burnt sienna, and white. So you do have a nice range of colors. In this video, I will not be doing a live painting with these paints, but I will be uploading a video later on where I use these paints, and then you guys will be able to see an example of what they are like in action. So now what I'm going to get into is I'm going to explain who I think would really enjoy these paints and who might want to steer away from them. So on this pad here, I have swatches of all of the colors of gouache in this set. So what I did first was I did kind of a lighter wash, thinned it down like you would watercolor, and then I painted a little square straight out of the tube with a damp paintbrush in each corner so that you can see the opacity of them. So I'm going to bring this up close, and what you will notice as you look at these is that there's a little bit of a streaky finish to some of these little squares that were painted straight out of the tube. Now that is not a common quality within gouache most of the time. So what that tells me is that these gouache paints are like a very pigmented watercolor. They do dry matte, but they aren't completely opaque like a lot of gouaches, like whole bean for example. Whole bean dries to an extremely opaque velvety matte finish, and if you are a person who enjoys whole bean, who wants to use gouache because it dries to that opaque velvety matte finish, then you are probably not going to like these, or not like them nearly as well as you like a brand like whole bean. If you are more like me and you're accustomed to working in watercolors and you're curious about gouache, or you want a gouache that performs not so differently from watercolor, these are excellent because you can build the opacity, but you can also thin them down and use them more like you would a watercolor. Another weak point of this set is the white. The white gouache in this set is a lot thinner than gouaches that I've seen from other brands. If you've ever used white gouache from Whole Bean or Winsor & Newton, you'll know that those are extremely opaque and extremely pigmented, and mixing just a little bit of them in with any color really changes that color and really drives up the opacity and lightens it and whatnot. This white, I would consider more like a really opaque white watercolor, which is kind of in line with what I've said about the other qualities of the set. Also, if you do the math and you look at what each of these 18 tubes costs you when you divide out the $70, it comes out to just under $4, about $3.80, which is extremely affordable for gouache paints, especially considering they're the 25 milliliter size. I believe the whole bean set that I have, those tubes are 15 milliliters, and I got 24 of them for $100, and that was on a super sale because usually that set runs quite a bit more. So a couple other qualities of these Turner paints are that the binder used in them is gum arabic, which is what is used in most watercolors out on the market as well. And then Turner claims that these are bleed proof. So if you put down a darker color like black or Prussian blue or something, you are supposed to be able to layer a lighter color over the top without having the darker color lift and bleed into the lighter color. I think that's a really nice feature. It's something that I would expect from a gouache paint, especially if I was going to paint with them at their full opacity in the traditional style that is typically used with gouache. Overall, I think that this is a really nice set. Like I said, I just wanted to give some basic info because I hadn't been able to find a lot of reviews on these paints. And then I will upload a video soon that has an actual painting done with these. I will also insert a closer picture of these swatches into the video so that you guys can see them up close for yourselves, and hopefully in this short little review I was able to help you guys lean one way or the other in making a decision about whether or not you would like to purchase these. So thanks for watching, and I will see you again soon.